I was gonna say, just to give a little bit more gratitude about that thrift store trip, because not only was that a Christmas miracle to find the 5 pairs of these socks I love just sitting there, like they were waiting for me, and these little weird slipper cover shoe sock things that protect your socks and make your feet warm. And like I said, I don't normally go to a sporting goods store to go shopping, but this shirt too was there. So I was over there looking, I was going down the aisle looking for something, and I was looking at the sporting pants. Oh my gosh, I found a few, and then I saw this shirt. I thought this is kind of like a thermal shirt. I bet it's kind of like that skin armor or whatever it's called that you wear under your clothes to keep warm, and it's freaking cold. So I decided to get it, and it was like $3. Probably in the store it's probably 50. That's how ridiculous stuff is. And then oh my god, I love it. That's why I had to go back through the story to give gratitude for another thing that I would have not went and looked for, and then I got. I mean, like, I wouldn't have gone to the sporting goods store and been like, I'm gonna go buy some Under Armour or whatever. So for it to just come like that, and it's like, oh my gosh, I really like this. It's super warm and comfortable. It's really, it's nice. I don't really like it. So gratitude to that. I had a whole bunch of things I was wanting to talk about. And so then it's always like, which thing stands out the most? It's usually like, I don't know, several things on my mind. But so this morning I was watching The Child Inside Me. And I've seen it before. I love this show. It's on Lifetime. And it is about kids being born who, I'm sure I've talked about this before. Kids being born and they remember their past lives. And the parents, a lot of times, well, there's certain doctors who go and do a lot of, have a research team. Like if a kid starts talking about past life, they'll go and research it and try and find this person. And it's super interesting. I mean, he's only going to show successful cases, right? But I've seen quite a few cases on that. And then, the show is just, I don't know if they give them guidance in research or they help or whatever, or they just film the people's stories. But so many of the parents don't believe in reincarnation. When the kid starts talking about who they were and stuff, it really throws them. I just think, it just blows my mind is when you listen to the parents talk, how much they fight this phenomena. And it is due to the limitations that you're sold as a being here. But so you fight against your own internal knowing to fit into the structured paradigm of what they tell you is true. Because you have to conform yourself. You have to go against your own self. And everybody has a price, Everybody has a price to where they will sell themselves out. And so many people have techniques to shut themselves down, like, oh, they're not going to listen to that. That's just their conscious talking to them. That's just this. That's just that. They don't realize it's like, oh, that's my soul. My soul's connected to something out there. So it's not just me and my consciousness. It is a whole freaking structure out there that is speaking to me. It's a part of what I am and who I am to the core. It's speaking to me, and I'm ignoring it. It will begin to, manifest itself into destructive tendencies if you're not listening, because it's there to get you to listen. It's there to get you to connect. And, I'm not saying people all connect in this life. I think there's a lot of people who learn the problems in this life when they die and they go to their life review. That's how cut off from their existence as a soul they are in this life. So she's having quite the mood today. She woke me up in one of those days when I'm in a deep dream, and it always feels like I can't, it's like I'm not in my body. She wakes me up and I have a hard time getting all the way back in or something. I always just feel really like loopy and out of it. And when I got up, I was walking, shuffling, and I felt okay. And then all of a sudden, it was like I walked through something and it just grabbed my neck and pulled it, and I couldn't move my head. And I've been doing stretches. I smoked a joint. I've been doing stretches, and I even did a clearing, like saved the house, like, oh, any negative toxic energy, cleared out. Because it will attach to places and you will attach to weak points. And, you have to take command over the energetic sources around you. And there's a lot of energy that's just out there, it's just kind of looking for something to attach to. And like misguided. It's not even conscious yet. There's no conscious awareness of its own self. It hasn't developed that far. So anyways, back to, if you were to come at life in the idea, I have a soul's journey of going at life like, okay, fuck, I'm born, okay, so I'm here to work on some shit. And there's certain people that are going to come in contact. I'm going to know them better than other people. They're going to feel more familiar because there's lessons there. I'm supposed to learn from them. So I'm going to go in, these relationships, open-minded. They're not going to save me. They're going to teach me. I'm going to be open to learning about myself, open to seeing myself and who I am in different relationships. And like one thing, when I really recognized for me in my marriage that I was married to my younger kid's dad, and he was the stepdad to my older kids. So it was my longest term relationship, like 15 years, but it was very, very difficult. He was older than me, and he was very, like, more domineering, but I was like a weak kind of, I keep on saying, it was like I was never living life by my own playlist. I just started getting my own playlist in the last few years of life. I'm not talking about my own, but if you get what I'm saying, I was always living by somebody else's, somebody else's background music. It was always a part of my life. I was never living my life for me. So, anyways, I don't remember why I was going off on that. But, there's something I was going to say about that. Well, if you go into life, let's just go back to that. Like, if you did go into life and you were thinking about, like, what am I here to learn? And what am I here to develop about myself? We were open. We weren't trying to direct our path. We were open to where our path directed us. We were connected, that we could see the signs and read the signs all around us, that we felt we were a part of something bigger because we weren't distracted by the lies that were being told about this reality. We were tuned in. We were tuned into ourselves. Then we were going through life and completely, and this is where I think we're headed. This is what I think life is headed for humanity, is this much awareness as you go through it. We're going to start really developing spiritually and linking it to life and existence and our purpose. So it's all kind of meshing together in this great awakening, but that is the transition, that we're headed to. So let's say you are coming at life from that way. Just think about how much more productive you could be and feel so much more connected. So when you're coming at it and you don't even believe in reincarnation, it couldn't possibly exist. It makes no sense. God said, the Bible said, you're born once, you pass the test, then you get to sing at Jesus' feet or whatever for eternity, because they saved you. Doesn't matter what you do. You can fuck up all day long, say the magic words, and you're saved from all sin. Like, that's the fairy tale that so many people want to believe. They don't want to take responsibility for their own work, for their own destiny. And destiny is, like everything to me, I believe is predestined. Like I believe that everything is structured in the design phase. So when your soul is going over this life, is developing this life, is developing who and what is going to be involved in this life and what lessons you're going to learn, I think that is the development of the life. So it is a predestined event. You're already living it. You're experiencing it. Your soul's watching. Your soul and others are watching. They're learning as we experience. But it is, the more you connect to who we are as the experiencer, whatever the word is, then it feels more like things just make sense. It doesn't feel like you're fighting the world. It doesn't feel like you're being punished. Because when you're coming at it the other way, it feels very much like a punishment. But to me, I feel like I'm a visual for myself to watch myself. So it's me watching me to see who I am so that I can see who it is. Because it's me being its expression in the physical to experience. So, and that's all part of this soul journey. Everything is about your soul, but your soul is much higher. This is not all of who you are, especially in this kind of sense of unawareness. So it's a connection to the higher aspect of self to get that connection. But say, the people who don't get that connection, they go through this life and they're just struggling and, they're just not getting it. There was a purpose to that life because it put them a step forward. Because then in their life review, they go in and they watch. They learn from that. They learn it, like, why did I make that choice? Why wasn't I listening to that person? Why did I do this way? You see yourself. So you learn from yourself. And you get the opportunity to see how you affect others because you're going to experience how they feel around you. So if you're a toxic person, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel like, oh, horrible. And that's the drive why so many souls are like, I'm going back. I'm going to do better. I think if I could, it's a strategy as a soul. If I could learn this lesson, if I could do this, if I could develop this side of me, then I would be more of whole of who I think I am, who I see, how I feel about myself. And so then you go in, but when you don't remember, so you come in, you forget, you don't remember those lessons, but there's still a side of you that remembers things. There's still something in you, a drive, a memory, something attached that is like the soul carries. Because it's weird, it's trippy, is because like we have DNA, right? And DNA is like an imprint from all of these other beings. But also, we're part of all those other beings. So it's really just an imprint of self into self. If you get what I'm saying. It's just, I think there's so many things we want to just identify and break it down to just us, but we're so much a part of a whole. Like I said a long time ago, one of the images they showed me that was just so clear to me is what the struggle is for humans is, you take a beautiful teapot, it's a beautiful glass teapot, sitting on a shelf. You take it and you drop it down and it smashes into a million pieces. All those pieces forgot it was a part of that beautiful teapot. They're just broken pieces, trying to figure out who and what they are. And that is, what everything is all about. And when you do get that connection back to yourself and you connect to all of those things, you can know you're a beautiful teapot. You can know, you can picture that beautiful teapot. You can feel that beautiful teapot. You can feel the love and the connection, even though you're still in this reality, because your soul has opened up to that. That's what I'm talking about all the time. It's like people are blocking their own soul. They're blocking it with judgment. They're blocking it with all sorts of different things. Judgment always is the one that comes to me, just because I see so many people. Oh, I'm not gonna listen to what that person says. No, I don't agree with that person. Just like the stuff that comes to the flat earth. Oh, I'm not gonna listen to a flat earther. Oh my god, I would never listen to a flat. Like certain people don't have anything valid. Like you've already lumped them into I'm not listening to that person category. That's in you. That's your block. That's what blocks you. So there you would go to a life review and you would see like, oh, I carry a lot of judgment. I don't want to see what people have to offer. I've already labeled them. I've already decided who and what they are and what they have nothing to offer to me. So I've cut out that information. I've boxed myself into a small closet because of my own judgment. So then you would come back into another life and you would have obstacles. You don't come in and it's just like easy peasy. No, you could come in and have parents that would be very judgmental. It would be something that was a daily part of your life. And, you could be as connected on your internal, where your internal is telling you like, God, that's ugly. Man, that's ugly for judge. Why are they so judgy? Why do they keep saying that? Like, why is that? You get a different look at it. You come in with a different perspective. It's icky to you. Whereas you used to be that way, but now you really see it. So then you go through these life experiences so that you learn more about it. You see it from other perspectives and you experience it. Like you may get judged all the time. You may be different and people are constantly judging you and not seeing you for who you are. So there's all these different ways that things, because you yourself design these lives. Like I said, your soul, like people get all wrapped up in this is life. This isn't life. If you can die from it, that's not real, because you are eternal. You can't die. So therefore, any existence that tells you you can die isn't real. It's an illusion. It's an illusion to think that you are less than what you are. And that is the trap of your consciousness in this reality, is the telling you that you are not being honest of who and what you are, because they know. It's a game. It's a game to keep you trapped in your consciousness, to enslave you into a system. And I mean, they're working hard to keep people enslaved into it. I mean, they're coming at it hard with their AI bullshit and their friggin' metaverse bullshit. They're gonna just keep consciousness trapped as long as they can. But, they don't, what else are they gonna do? Like, they've locked themselves into this whatever eternal life, but as a being, and they've done so many hideous things. Like, to have to go back and face that life review would be a lot. Especially if these people are really like thousands, hundreds of years old, of all the people that they fucked over. Like, man, that's a lot of balance that they have to put back in to life. They have to bring things back into balance. You can't just go around keeping things out of balance. But then you also have to see there was an aspect to learning, so that they're right there kind of takes it down a click, because all of the souls had to come in and learn, and it was each soul's own development that they had to decide where their off switch was. Because there's a lot of people like, oh yeah, I would do that. I would do that. I would do that for a little bit of money. Well, I would do that. Yeah, if you paid me that much, oh yeah, I'd do that. Oh, I would do that for that much money. Oh yeah, I'd do that more. You know what I mean? That's inside somebody. That's something that soul has to learn. That's not the society forcing someone to be that way. I mean, especially when you can look around and see that and it doesn't turn your stomach, where you're like, ooh. Just like what I was saying about the person being born to the judgmental parents, when he came from life and he went through his past life review and he saw about judgment held him back, and then he saw it as icky. So then, it is a development for a soul, like, to go through and experience that kind of, just with judgment and seeing it, and it really is a hold back. Seems like I was talking about something else about that. I can't remember, kind of just, but I think you get what I'm saying. is and it's people who hold themselves back, but it's their own process of development that they have to go through to get to that point, because it really is all about learning, because it really is, your soul does carry memory, and there is something involved with the DNA, there is something involved, but it's not all, because like I said before, when I left my body, it was nothing felt different. You don't feel the least bit different. You don't feel like you're missing something, nothing. You just feel exactly the same. And you feel like you look exactly the same. And you picture yourself a certain way in your head. And so there's nothing that feels different. You don't feel stupider. You don't feel like you don't remember. You don't remember who you are. You don't remember. And you know all of this stuff. Your body is really just like an avatar. It's just made up of matter. It's not made up of like synthetic, like plastics and stuff, like what they're trying to do. There's so much stuff now I keep seeing. Now it's sinking in with people. Oh, now I get it. Transhuman. Oh, I get it. Like, yeah, that was what I've been saying for a long time. When I was very first started saying it, people couldn't even understand what the hell, but everything had to keep playing out. They had to keep seeing it and seeing it where it was going. But yeah, when they show me something, like I said, they show me the whole thing. It's like I don't have to go in and watch it play out. They show me the whole thing. Another thing I was thinking about, it's kind of weird too, is they show me stuff in shadows. It's like shadows. Like I was watching Scrooge again. I think I watch it every day. It was the George C. Scott one. I like that one. But there was another one that's a little bit older than that one I really like, with that white-haired guy who's kind of goofy looking. Can't think of, it's an older one though. It probably is one from the 50s, but they're not putting them all on. And I think it's because it has such a moral to the story. And it's such a moral to the story that's so significant to what's happening on this earth plane right now. So I think that's why, they are just energetically blocking certain things. Because it's weird. There's just a lot of just like, you go want to watch all these, it's mindless, stupid bullshit stuff. Not deep, kind of like there's older stuff. There's like a deeper kind of moral to the story. The newer kind of stuff is just like, stupid shit. Jingle bells and Santa comes and steals the presents and whatever. Just it doesn't have the same kind of thing. So I feel like energetically that there's something in that vacuum kind of thing of change. But I mean, it is changing. I still can't get over it. It's almost the end of what do we have, like a week left of December, something like that. Let's see, today's 18th. So, yeah, like 2 weeks left of December. All of 2021 gone. Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve is at the end of this month. Oh, my gosh. I really thought things would be, like, I really did think things would be moving in the other direction by now. It seems like so much more impactful when it goes like this. And I have no idea what's going on. So I don't know. I'm assuming that a lot of bad stuff is happening for a lot of people. And it's probably a lot of trauma going on. Probably a lot of death. But no matter what, it's moving us towards change. I mean, that sounds kind of callous, but I mean, it is, and it is nature, And there's gonna be this, had to go this way. I mean, certain souls had to learn certain lessons, and there's only ways to learn them. And some souls are here to trigger other people. Like, you can't even, that's why you have to follow your own guidance. Nobody could tell you. Nobody could sit down and go like, oh, I'll tell you all about why you're here. There's certain things, like I can be around somebody, I can see through some of their stuff. Like, I can see through what blocks them. I can see through their problems. I can see like how they're their own worst enemy. Like, I can just see it. And, but really, you know, I have to let go of that. I have to just be like, well, these are their lessons, and everybody has to go to their internal, because it's guiding you towards what your soul is trying to learn. And it all comes from within. It's so important for you to just connect to your own self, not go outside of yourself to try and understand life, because it's developing for you. And you have to learn in the process. It's a real development to really learn, to become on that road to enlightenment. It's a process to get there. It's not a quick little, oh, just do this and you win. Whoa. No, you have to go and you have to learn, and you have to go through each step. And each step is another gift. It's another it's another ability. Because so much about yourself, as you learn, develops about yourself. Like you learn, you have more gifts, like about being psychic and stuff. Like I didn't know I was a channeler or whatever till I started having all this, and then I started questioning, like, well, why are these people saying someone's talking to them? Somebody talking to us all? Like I knew somebody was talking to me. I just thought someone was talking to us all. So I was kind of fascinated, like, well, why are these people saying, like, what do they hear different? So when I went in to listen, I was like, oh, it's the exact same. So we're different than other people? Like everybody doesn't have this? I was really, it was a surprise to me. It's been part of like my aha, no wonder people can do stuff and not feel. Like I can't, oh no. I try and do, like I said before, I was 3.5 years old. I tried to put soap in my brother's water, and they're just like, oh, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just want to put some soap in his water. Like, I'm like, you're going to get in trouble. You watch. You're going to get in big old trouble. I was like, oh, okay. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to see. It's just soap. Nobody's going to know I put soap in his water. They knew. I got in trouble. But, I just thought everybody had that same thing. I thought it was part of life. I think it's part of the development of connection. That's what I think it is. I just think I came in more connected to certain aspects. And the more you heal, the more you begin to learn about yourself. It's really snoozing up the storm now. But anyways, there was more stuff I think I was trying to say, but like I said, I feel like my brain is all over the place. Like it's like I'm talking about one thing and skips to another thing. But I just think it will be really a big change in life for human beings when they start understanding more about a soul and who and what they are, and a soul's journey about life, and not just think about this life as being a test to get up to sing at the feet of Christ for eternity. To see it as like a process of development, a process of enlightenment and connection, and we're connected to all living things because we are life. And if we have life, real life, not AI life, not a created life by these other, but real life, then we're connected to all of life. And the more you feel that connection, the more it moves you into feeling connected and feeling good. Like I said, you start feeling like I am a part of that teapot. Even if there's a lot of other pieces that are still trying to figure out what part they make up on that teapot, I know I'm a part of that teapot. And I know that teapot's beautiful. And I know it's going to be on a beautiful table. And it's going to have a beautiful existence. And I know that that's where we're headed. So anyways, we just gotta, not battle time. Time can feel like the enemy, but time is really there to show us. It's there for us to learn and expand, because during this time that feels like it's just so dragging and perpetually holds us trapped, that it is really, we're learning things that we don't even recognize until we can see it after it's passed. We can look back and go, oh, that's what I learned during, like there's so many things now that I go like, man, that's what I learned during 2020. 2020 was, whew. I'm sure 2021 holds a lot of really profound things. It's just, It's like we're trying to climb Mount Everest right now. That's what it feels like. It's just long and slow and tedious. And a lot of bad weather. But we will reach the summit. And then we will just be so excited. We will conquer. It will be the, yeah, we're just gonna get to the summit. So it's coming. We just gotta, get through this part, and then we'll get there. And then, it's not gonna be just great, because we still have such a transition to get to great. But it's definitely gonna start going on a different path. New pathways will open. We're gonna stop going up this treacherous side of this freaking mountain, and we're gonna go and we're gonna see the possibilities from the top. And then we're gonna start our descending into the creation that we're gonna create. It'll be really cool. Anyways, that's a lot of me talking about hopefully it's something that helps people. I don't know. I think it, when I see all these people who just don't understand reincarnation, they just don't understand who and what they are, they don't understand anything about life. And, I just keep putting it out there, because I just think there's just a lot of people who have been misled for a long time. And I think there's a lot more talk that needs to have, not like I have all the answers, but I know I have a clearer vision than a lot of other people over some of this stuff. So we'll see. We will see how things play out. Things will show the truth. I think the truth is coming out. Yesterday I saw somebody, I was looking at something on my YouTube thing, and it was a live thing somebody was doing, I think. So it was up at the top when I went into YouTube, and it was somebody, and they were talking about the pyramids that were found, I think, in Russia. I mean, they're being found all over, but they were talking about, like, why have they been covering this up and the stuff about aliens? Yeah, that's the stuff that I think. That's going to be everything. Because there's so many people that think it, like I've said, they think it's all about this, they think it's all about this, they think it's all about, all these different things, but it's so much bigger. It's so much about, everything has to do with aliens, with our whole existence. It has to be. It has to come out. They can't disclose the truth. You can't call it the truth until you go there. So, when I see stuff like that, I feel like, okay, well, it's coming. Slowly but surely it's coming, and people are going to have to face the facts. There's a lot going on here. The aliens were here, and we've been slaves, and they've been manipulating our history and manipulating our lives to keep us enslaved. And it's all about consciousness, and about, there's so much. I could talk on and on and on and on and just ramble about it. But it all has to do with, it all goes back to our existence. They have to go back to our existence. They have to go back to how and why we're here. So we will see how long it takes. But that's where we're headed, and that's what everybody's going to have to face. And life's going to take on a whole new meaning. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.